Hello everybody. We are vlogging and I literally cannot believe that the time has finally come and it feels so freaking good. I finished my last final on Friday. It is now Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. And I just feel so free. It feels so good. I can't believe that 1L is over. I did the thing. The hardest part is over. I've just been enjoying not having to wake up and be like on the grind. I literally was in bed until like 12:30 yesterday, and the only reason why I got up is because I was starting to feel hungry. And yeah, today was kind of the same thing. My cat alarm woke me up to go feed him, and then I just like crawled back into bed and I woke up. I just had a shower. I'm gonna go have our like goodbye brunch with my law school besties. So now like the melancholy and sadness has kicked in because I just love these people so much and we will be apart for 4 months. It's crazy what will happen when you stick like 60 people in a room and you see them like every second of every day pretty much for like 8 months. And yeah, just the bonds and the collective experience that you all go through. So anyways, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I think I'm just gonna walk around downtown, hit up the library. I haven't been there in friggin' ages. And yeah, pretty much just enjoy my last week here because next weekend my parents are coming up and I'm going back to Vancouver for the summer, so I'm really excited about that. I also wanted to look through my bookshelf and see what I'm gonna take back home with me for my summer reading, so that should be really fun. And then we can talk a little bit about funny weather, which yes, I'm a little embarrassed that I am still working my way through. I literally just like neglected my book for like 3 weeks. I just did not have the brain capacity whatsoever to dedicate myself to that book, but I read some yesterday and it was just so enjoyable. It's also going to be really excited about going to New York, and it's also made me kind of want to brush up on my art history notes before I go to New York. I took a lot of art history courses as my electives when I was in my undergrad, mainly because I had like a huge crush on my professor. She's just like the smartest, most well-spoken person I've ever come across like in my real life, and I just admire her so much. But anyways, I will brush up on my art history notes before I go to New York and immerse myself in the world of art, which I'm really, 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 really looking forward to. So what else have I got to update you about? School's done, Vancouver's on the horizon. Yeah, and then like I said, just look through my bookshelf and pick my summer reads. So yeah, welcome to a reading vlog. Oh my God. It just feels so nice that I can start making videos again and hang out. And yeah, I also look a little bit tired still because I am trying to clock in some hours in the sleep bank since I didn't sleep super well the last couple weeks. But yeah, anyways, welcome. Good morning, guys. It's another day, but you wouldn't know because I'm in my robe. This is my identity now that I don't have school and I can just robe it up for hours on end. But anyways, I just wanted to do a little haul, if you will. I had a really nice day yesterday. I think I told you I literally did not vlog. I'm so bad at this, but I had my little goodbye breakfast with my dear friends, and then we went thrifting and we helped another friend move their stuff before they went back to Vancouver. And what else did I do? And then we went hot tubbing at night at another friend's house. But anyways, I just wanted to share with you some fun things that I got. I'm gonna do non-bookish first because I had a pretty successful thrifting outing, which is oh so exciting. And I got potentially the most beautiful dress that I've ever thrifted in my life. It is just this beautiful, it's like high neck, kind of goes like this kind of vibe, and she's a long one, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I am obsessed, and it's from the brand Two Roads. And I just love it so much. For $20, ugh, I just couldn't believe it. And it fits me like a glove. That's the other thing too, right? Like you just feel like everything is meant to be when it fits so perfectly, and you feel like you're the only person in the world that has this dress. Anyways, it's a great feeling. If you've, obviously, I'm sure all of you have gone thrifting, so I'm preaching to the choir here. But anyways, then I found this kind of cool little top. Yeah, thought she was super cute, and she also fit like a glove. And then I bought this guy because I just absolutely loved the colors. Just a nice big oversized shirt situation. That's what I got for clothes. But then I also went to Value Village, and I always look at the book section because I've scored another one. We've talked about her before, but The Babysitter at Rest I also got from my local Value Village. And yeah, they always have some bangers in there. And today was yesterday was no exception. I got The Marrow Thieves by Sherry Demaline. I believe that's how you say their last name. But I talked about this book several months ago when I was working at the bookstore, because this is a like indigenous sci-fi story that came really highly recommended by this absolutely lovely indigenous scholar from the interior of the province. Anyways, we had a wonderful talk. I still remember it to this day, and she just highly recommended this book. So when I saw it for $3.99, I was like, you have to come home with me. And then the other one that I found was Beloved by Toni Morrison for $4.99. And I've been really intimidated to read Toni Morrison, but I think this summer I'm gonna put my big girl pants on and dive on in. I've heard really great things about her work. Obviously, we all know who she is, but I figured it was about time that I maybe challenge myself. And yeah, so I can't wait to read this. And then yeah, I figured today I'm going to a farm that is owned by a Mexican family, and apparently they have a like Mexican restaurant / food truck that's supposed to be incredible and authentic. So we shall see about that, because British Columbia is lacking in the Mexican food department, let me tell you. So yeah, I cannot wait to consume some of that for lunch. But then yeah, after we can pick and go through my bookshelf like I've been teasing about now for like two days of what I'm gonna bring to Vancouver, because I'm subleasing my place, so I won't be able to come back here and peruse my shelves as I would. So yeah, anyway, that's what happened yesterday. Sorry I didn't take you outside of the four walls of my place, but maybe today you'll get lucky. we recognize the top? Yes, I did not waste a single breath. I stuck it in the wash and it's the next day and here we are. I love her. Okay, as promised now for like the 20th time, we are gonna go through my bookshelf and pick out the stuff that I have not read. I also pulled a couple from my little bench thing on in my living room. So we've got Eastbound, which I bought this ages ago off of eBay and then it just arrived a few days ago. So I've got that coming with me. And then The Secret History, of course. I think this is gonna be such a fun summer read. And then In the Distance by Hernan Diaz. And I've also been waiting for summer to read this because I feel like this would be a really lovely like vacation read and a really fun immersive story. So, and then I already showed you these two, which I'm bringing for sure. And yeah, let's take a look. From this shelf, I think I have read everything. Well, I have Boy Snowbird by Helen Oyeyemi, but I don't anticipate that I will be in the mood, so I'm not gonna do that. I so wish that I was a stranger to this book and I could just read it because this would just be so good right now. But we've already consumed her, sadly. All right, so nothing in the first shelf that oh wait, actually I have this. 4 Humors. This could kind of be interesting. I got sent this by Penguin Random House ages ago actually, and I just kind of forgot about it. Huh. Well, perhaps. This is in the perhaps pile. I'll think about it. It's kind of heavy. It's really heavy actually. So maybe not, but I totally forgot I had that. On this shelf, oh, I really want to take Annie John by Jamaica Kincaid. I bought this a few months ago, along with A Small Place, and I absolutely loved A Small Place, and I've been meaning to read more of Kincaid's work, so this I'm definitely bringing. This is another one that I so wish I could just like erase from my memory because this would also be a great summer read, but alas. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, The Swimmer. This could be fun. I think I'm gonna bring this. I also got sent this. So yeah, this could be fun. I'm gonna bring that. Oh, I have to read the third Elena Ferrante book from the My Brilliant Friend quartet. It's kind of, I guess, like an unofficial tradition now that every summer I read one of one of the quartets, and I'm almost done. So next summer I'll have read the 4th and final one, and then maybe I'll just start a tradition that every summer I have to read something by Elena Ferrante. But I don't have that with me. I just happened to see Story of a New Name, and I remembered that I have to pick that up when I'm in Vancouver because I always see the quartet in every single used bookstore that I enter, so I know I'm gonna have no problem finding it. But yeah, just something to like keep at the forefront of my mind in terms of things that I want to read this summer. Oh, I so wish I could read this again too. So many good books. Oh my gosh, yes. May Sarton, A Journal of a Solitude, absolutely taking that with me. I'm really excited about that. Oh, and then I'm also gonna take this guy, which Penguin Random House sent me, and I'm just so excited. I totally forgot I had this. Heck yeah. This is Making Love with the Land by Joshua Whitehead. He's an incredible Indigenous poet, author. I think he's also a professor at a university in Alberta, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, yes, this is his first work of nonfiction. And yeah, oh my God, absolutely taking that with me. Anything else? Oh my God, I also loved this. I read this ages ago, maybe when I was like 17 or something, but this was my favorite book for the longest time. Never Let Me Go by Ishiguro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I wonder what I would think about it now. I like to think I would still enjoy it. Oh, this also I'm gonna take Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. Really excited about that. Oh, an optic nerve. This could be a fun little read. I think that's it. We've got a good little pile here. So let's see how many books I've pulled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11 books. That is so doable. I can for sure read that in 4 months. No friggin' problem. So I will have to continue to buy books when I'm back home. That's the only alternative, because surely I could get through 11 books in 4 months. That's very doable. The excitement that I have right now of just being able to read for hours on end, uninterrupted, guilt-free, is just such a comforting thought and such a huge privilege in and of itself. So I'm really thankful. Anyway, now the question is, what are we going to start our summer with? Let's see. I'm gonna set myself up for success here. And I think the wise thing to do is start off with a mini, because I always find that whenever you finish a mini, it is such a rewarding, oh God, sorry if you've been like bent the whole time. But I always find that when you finish a mini, it's such a rewarding experience because you feel as though you accomplished something, you gave yourself over to a book, to a story, you learned a little something, something, feelings came up, and you didn't necessarily need like a million hours to consume and dedicate yourself to a book because it's a mini. So you did it within like a day or two, and you can say that you finished a book. So I'm going to start with Eastbound. This came into consciousness, if you will, when I was stalking Melissa Broder, I believe, and she had just finished this and rated it really highly. And I was intrigued, and I continue to be. I'll read you a little back. Eastbound maps the fast-paced story of two fugitives on the Trans-Siberian Railway, where a desperate Russian conscript hopes a chance encounter with an old French woman will offer him a line of flight. The color is beautiful. Anyway, this is what I'm going to start with. Eastbound. I've made my choice. Nice and small, very achievable. I'm going to feel good adding this to my story graph. I think I have like 4 other books in there that will keep Eastbound company for the time being as I make my way through the stack here. I feel really good about this. I'm stoked to be able to share my reading again and do this together. Oh, I want to show you, this is so random, but I want to show you the plant that I got yesterday because she's so damn cute. Me and my friend Bryn ended up getting matching plants and we named them, and I'm going to actually go get a pot for her today. Let me just go show you. So I'd never seen this plant before. I don't think you can tell super well, but the little cactus has like little pink tips, and it's just the cutest thing. I'm so excited about it. It's a mistletoe cactus. Good morning. We are desperately trying to finish this, which honestly, I don't think I will. We have 150 pages to go, and I sadly will not have the time and capacity to finish this today or tomorrow, I feel like, because my mom's coming in a few hours. Sorry. Mother's coming in a few hours, and I've got some of the packing there. So some of that is coming home with me, and then the other bit is going to a friend's house, as well as the Boo Boo Castle. I just wanted to sneak in an hour, maybe an hour and a half of reading with my tea before I get the day started. But yeah, I'm feeling kind of sad to be leaving my place. I just love my home so much and everything in it, and having my little oasis. But I'm looking forward to not paying rent, not doing the groceries, and not having to worry about what I'm going to make for dinner, because I will be living with my parents. So it's truly I was going to say the little things, but those are freaking huge things that I am just so thankful that at least for 4 months of my life, I won't have to think about at all. Anyways, actually flip you around and show you my new coffee table, because I don't think I showed you. This is she. Let me move this my morning water. But yeah, my dad actually is a wood sculpture and artist, and he made me this beauty. I just absolutely love it. I feel so lucky to have it in my home. And then I also repotted that guy as well. That's a fern, but I'm blanking on the name. And then I've got a little ivy there that I also repotted, along with my beautiful woven art and my fiddle leaf fig. She's so big. And then one last arty thing, my dad got me this for my birthday, which I absolutely love. It's by a local potter, and I just put it in the center there. And I just think she's so freaking beautiful. And I love it. Speaking about my home, one of the things I'm gonna miss most is my plants. I just love my plants. I love gardening. I love getting my hands all black with the dirt and just being outside. Even, I know this is silly and it really isn't a comparison, but even just repotting my plants on my deck and cleaning the leaves and watering them and talking to them just brings me immense joy that was completely unforeseen until the day came where I bought my first plant, which were actually my fiddle leaf fig and my birds of paradise, and they were like literally this big, probably smaller. So yeah, I'm really gonna miss them. And actually, there was a essay in Funny Weather where she talks about gardening and just the regenerative, almost like transformative power of gardening and communing with nature in a really like tangible and embodied way. And I'll just read you actually let me just find it, but I just want to read you the last little bit here because it really stuck with me. And she says, "Can you plant a garden to stop a war? It depends how you think about time. It depends what you think a seed does, if it's tossed into fertile soil. But it seems to me that whatever else you do, it's worth tending to paradise, however you define it and wherever it arises." I loved that. So yeah, this essay is called Paradise, in case anybody wants to read about the joys and the powers of gardening. If you have any nature reads, please let me know downstairs, because there's just something freaking magical about nature writing that if it's done well, it just gets me all the time, and it just really sinks into my brain, and I just never forget. Like Upstream by Mary Oliver, I think about on a weekly basis, and I'm not even like a quotes person by any stretch of the imagination, but there's certain lines about nature and just like little bits of wisdom in that book that will never leave my psyche, and I'm forever grateful to have come across that book. So yeah, any nature writing or any writing about art too, and that intersection, send it my way, please. So yeah, this is all to say I'm going to dearly miss my plants, but I have found a tenant that will take care of my babies while I'm gone, and I ask them if they could send me pictures of any new growth that I'll miss in the 4 months that I'll be away. But yeah, just love nature, man. As corny and cringe as that sounds. Setting. Apologies if the lighting is a little bit funny, and also apologies if you hear background noise. That would be my mother. Exhibit A. But I wanted to do a little reading recap. I am back in Vancouver. We have said goodbye to the Kamloops abode, and I did in fact manage to finish Funny Weather, so I don't have it to hold up, But I was really happy that I was able to finish it and have one less book to bring with me. It was a really, really enjoyable read. I did take I want to say a month and a half to read it. So I will be honest that half of it is a little bit blurry, but the overall sentiment and feelings about the book are still just as strong as when I started the book a month and a half ago. The first big chapter, if you will, is talking about artists' life and doing a kind of deep dive into these distinguished or specific artists that Olivia wants to focus on, and giving us snippets of their life as human beings, as well as how that informs their artistic work and production in life. And it was super insightful. I only knew Basquiat and Georgia O'Keeffe. All the other artists that she talks about were completely new to me, so it was a really beautiful exploration and discovery. I would look up the artist before reading what it is that she was going to say about them, just so I had some ideas to their background, where they were from, the kind of art that they produced when they were alive, things like that. And it was really fun because I felt like I was getting little art history snippets, and her writing is just so striking and so beautiful. It's so obvious that she holds a lot of care for these people and their craft, and she's just a really, really strong writer, and it's super apparent. And it made reading something that may have been a bit dense or a bit boring for some, clearly not for me, but for some, really enjoyable. It felt like a story and not like you're reading somebody's biography in a really dense or just unimaginative way. That's not the case with her work at all. And then the later half of the book, she discusses things to do with climate justice and Olivia's own biography as a climate activist, which I found really, really captivating. And she does also a bit of nature writing, which we know I love, and specifically with just the power of gardening. I think I read you a little blurb of when she's talking about her garden and how fulfilling and important it is to plant seeds, not just literal seeds, but metaphorical seeds, and what that could blossom into. I just really loved that metaphor, and just again the way that she writes about literally anything, because she's really expansive in what she covers in Funny Weather, which I also found really admirable, that you are so flexible and fluid in your writing and the topics that you're writing about, and kind of encompassing and filling all her possible interests, and they're quite varied, like I said, and that was really cool to read about. And then the last little bit is interviews and her perspective and take on certain literary figures and their work. So she talks about Sally Rooney's Normal People, Maggie Nelson's The Argonauts, both of which I have loved, and it was just really great to hear her critical analysis and the admiration that she holds for those authors and why that is. She also has an interview with Ali Smith, which honestly made me want to read Ali Smith, something that I never before had any inkling or desire to do. But here we are. The power of a persuasive, interesting, and thoughtful essay is unmatched. So yeah, I particularly loved the essay about Maggie Nelson and her work, specifically The Argonauts, because that book was really transformative for me, and one that I will never forget and hope to go back to. Because if I think on certain books that have been really important in not only my life as a reader, but that have informed my worldview and books that I actively think about, The Argonauts is surely at the top of that list. So yeah, it was just really, really cool to hear another really bright mind discuss what's so incredible about Maggie Nelson and the Argonauts specifically. But yeah, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. Funny Weather is a book that I highly recommend that you pick up, even if you honestly read it in small snippets alongside another fiction book. Would also be really nice. I honestly don't actually feel too bad about taking my time with it and just reading like a little essay or a little story every day. Starting your day off in that way, I think, is quite nice. And yeah, so that was great. I'm really happy that I got to read nonfiction, because that's not something I dabble in very often, but that's not to say that I shouldn't. So yeah, I'm really inspired by Olivia Lang. I am now on the search for when I go to used bookstores. I've already gone to a few and I've only been back in Vancouver for a few days. So we are back on the bookstoring grind, which I just love so much. Anyways, I am off to the Sunshine Coast and I have like 20 pages of Eastbound, so I will talk about that at some point, but I think I'm going to wrap up this reading vlog here with the completion of one book, which feels like such an accomplishment after not doing that and having that feeling of like, wow, I did something for many a month. So yay to me for finishing a single book. I hope you enjoyed this little reading vlog, and I hope that we see a lot of each other now that I don't have school and I'm starting my summer holidays. So yeah, see you all very soon. Bye.